Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Pretty relaxing day yesterday, huh? Why did he stress? Move the microphone up a little bit. And when the dust settles, and looking at this San Francisco game does not look the same as it did when we looked at it on the schedule. We looked at it and put a definite loss, but at this point, I don't know. Well, good morning. Good morning, Solo. Good morning, Ware. What's up, Vic? Yep. No pain this week. Oh, go Eagles! You're excited off those wins from the Giants and the Browns. I like it. I like it. If you haven't watched the Eagles play this season, the Eagles aren't very good at all. They aren't. I mean, maybe they'll be a little better when they're at full, when they have both their receivers or whatever. But the Eagles have been all Saquon Barkley. If they win the division, it will be because of Saquon Barkley. But when they lose Saquon Barkley, and I did say win because he's just notorious for not playing the entire season, they're going to look totally different than they look right now. I mean, they barely beat the Cleveland Browns last week, and Saquon went Hercules in front on his old team this week, which was kind of fitting. I hate both the teams, but and for you to let someone of the talent of, I mean, I really don't care because I would have to take care of Saquon over here or over here, but just the fact you let somebody, of that good of a guy that does everything that you want in the organization, been performing on the field, and you pick a quarterback over him, it's just ridiculous. It falls into how I look at the NFL. Let me open this thing up. Y'all's comments aren't going over. Is just a quarterback league. I mean, it's all about the quarterback. And if the quarterback plays well, the team's what plays well. If the quarterback doesn't play well, the team doesn't play well. And it's probably more of the opposite than that way. If the team plays well, it's gonna look very good on the quarterback. Even if they touchdowns of rushing quarterback touchdowns, they'll say such and so drove them down the field for 3 scores. It'll always go to the quarterback. And if they lose and nobody's running routes, like what's going on in Dallas, basically, nobody's running routes, defense is hard or whatever, this quarterback is having a horrible season. Yeah, because he's attached to a horrible team. It's that simple. But look at the Jets. The Jets sold their soul for a quarterback. And I knew, Green Bay Packer fans knew, that Aaron Rodgers just wasn't that good anymore. Plus, when he was that good, Aaron Rodgers wasn't the type of quarterback to lead you to the Super Bowl. Yet, Aaron Rodgers get traded to the Jets, the media, the media darling, New York, and all of a sudden, everybody's picking the Jets for the Super Bowl. He gets hurt last year. Oh, let's come back. And everybody, not everybody. A lot of people are smart and pick the Chiefs. But tons of people picking the Jets to win the division, to do great, blah, blah, blah. Still won't give up on the Jets. Last week, they said the Cowboys are done. Now, the Cowboys probably lost to the best team in the NFC and the best team in the AFC, the Ravens and the Lions. So we lost to two of the best teams in that division and the Saints, but we're 500. And last week they were on TV saying, Dallas is done. Dallas, they can't do anything. They can't run. Dallas is done. But they still won't say the Jets are done. They say, well, Devontae Adams, they still got time to get this thing together. They got time in New York. But I'm like, It just doesn't make any sense. What's up? What's up, Spark? I said it. Yes, I did say it. L. Jennings. Ha 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 ha. I'm crying. You know when I said it too? Mr. Ha ha. I said it all last year, and everybody was going ha. And where did the Eagles end up last year? Ha. Come here with some stupid laughing. No, they're not. If you watch the game, you'll understand what I'm saying. They're not. They're not. And you'll come here this morning after they beat the Browns and the Giants, two teams we walked. And you're going to say, oh, man, go back to bed. Go back to bed. No, the Eagles aren't very good. Sorry. I hope it hurts your ears. You're going to come here after they beat the Browns and the Giants and go try to flex on somebody. Man, go back to bed. With some crying emojis. Media and they create people like L. Jennings because he's completely just gone. Go back to bed, L. Jennings, and your little stupid crying emojis. Morning rant Shango is the best. You got stupid people coming in the morning. Go flex like the Eagles that done something. They beat the Giants. The Giants are probably going to be the worst team. And no, excuse me. The worst team is the Browns. Did you see me like going flexing like, yeah, we beat the Browns. We're going to the playoffs. That's how dumb you are, L. Jennings. Crying. Three of them back at you. Idiot. Morning coffee with Shango. Well, see, Chris, I think the Shango is like coffee. Have a little Shango in the morning, a little coffee in the morning. I like that too. You know what? Why I didn't do that, Chris Cantu? Way back in 2006, I started a live show in 2006 on Ustream. You remember Ustream? And it was called The Morning Coffee. And I would get on and I would talk about the news of the day and all that kind of stuff. So glad I don't do that no more. I would not want to talk about news. The news was so simple back then. I would not want to talk about any of that stuff right now. But yeah, I had a show called Morning Coffee. I had a little coffee cup there. No, I'm not mad. You're dumb, L. Jennings. What do you think about the 49ers? You know what? I've been saying that all year, Magic Toaster, that everybody has been following on the drama with the Cowboys every week, and you know we fit the bill. We throw the drama. We'll lose in a dramatic fashion one week. We'll win in a dramatic fashion the next week. We'll lose. It's great for TV. It's great for TV. But if you're looking at a real team struggling, if you look at a real team that's in a struggle for their season, it's the San Francisco 49ers. And they're getting no press whatsoever. They're not calling their season lackluster. They're not calling their season bad. They're not calling their season anything right there. They just said, oh, no, San Francisco will get it together. Let's just not talk about them right now. But the losses, like I said, our losses came against the best team in the NFC, possibly the best team in the AFC, and a Saints team that's very different than the Saints team that's playing right now with Carr and that thing, and plus they knew us or whatever. That's a whole different game. But those are our losses. The San Francisco 49ers had 2 divisional losses that were crushing. And not only were they divisional losses, they were winning those games and somehow allowed the other team to come back and beat them in dramatic fashion. You didn't see it because they never talked about it on TV. It was the Rams and the Cardinals. They never talked about it. So, and not only that, all the injuries they're having, then they just lost Ayuk. And come on, man, if we lose they're just not the San Francisco 49ers of last year. They might get it together sooner or later, but we're lucky we're getting them right now instead of at the end of the season. So right now, this San Francisco, I don't know what kind of San Francisco team is going to be at the end of the season. But this team right here, they're not playing very well. And they just got rolled by Kansas City team that's not playing. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is playing terrible. And he's still the MVP favorite, by the way. But the Kansas City Chiefs, they're not playing well, and they just like easily beat the 49ers last night. So it would be different. My point is, it would be different. It would be different if the 49ers went to Kansas City and lost a incredible game, and Kansas City was playing lights out, and they were playing at another level than what we have been seeing and whatnot. Now that's been going on in the NFL. I think that the Lions Vikings game was at another level than we play at or whatever. But that game last night wasn't at another level. It really wasn't. It was a lot of turnovers, a lot of bad play. The run by Mahomes, which was stupid, along his other stupid runs, but it just wasn't a great football game. So no, we are playing a different 49er football team right now, and we have a window where we could, if we come in focus, especially coming off a bye, we should have the first 30 plays. Everything should be together. Everything should be crisp. Everything should be focused. We should have that same energy against the team that always beats us. We should have the same energy that Detroit did when they came to us. Of that, we got to get them this time because of what happened last time. Same with us. We see somebody's wounded. We see the wounded. Our enemy is wounded. We got to take him out right now. Because if we go in there just like pea-footing along, I mean, that's going to look even worse. I mean, if we lose this football game in a bad way, it would probably cause me to melt down. It really would, because that shows our inside that we off a bye against a team that always owns us, that's really hurting right now. You got all those chips on your side, and you come in and you just that would cause. What's up, Terrence? That would cause a rant. It really would. Do I think Dallas should go for Kamara? And then I don't think Purdy has regressed. Again, it's not really about the quarterback. Purdy is who Purdy was. The team, I'll go back to what I said earlier. It's not the quarterback that carries the team. It's the team that carries the quarterback. And right now, the San Francisco 49ers team, they're not the same as they used to be. They're not playing like they used to be, so they can't carry Purdy like they want to. This is not an indication on Purdy. It's just how football teams actually win in the NFL. They don't win doing Dan Marino and go back in the pocket and just throw the ball around and then we're Super Bowl champions. That's not how it wins. Patrick Mahomes, that's not how he's winning right now. He's won these last few years, but it's been on the backs of his defense, especially last year. Carried him to the Super Bowl, carried him to the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, and then asked Patrick Mahomes to do his magic. And if you get a quarterback that knows how to run an offense like Patrick Mahomes, and then at the end of the game can go bam, 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 or bam, all that kind of crazy stuff and win the game, then you got gold. You have gold. Yeah, our team, exactly. One week we get this, 1 week we get that. But, and Debo, hey, look, if we can't bottle up Debo, I know they got Pretty Ricky back from getting shot from Florida, the rookie. But if we can't bottle up Debo like everybody bottles up CD, then it will be an indication of where we really are. If we can't pull it together and beat this wounded football team, it'll show us how bad we actually are this week. If you're stay with me, guys. If you're coming off a bye, if you coming off a loss like you did with Detroit, if you're playing a team that has always owned you, that you want to beat so badly, that we want to beat so badly, and then that said team is hurt bad, and we don't take them out, how bad is that? They can't even kick a field goal. They couldn't even kick the onside kick because they don't have a reliable field goal. They're having so many problems that you don't know about. You have no idea. I know because I have friends that are 49ers fans. So I know what their problems are. But you don't know what the 49ers problems are because they don't say it on TV. They hadn't talked about San Francisco at all, which is crazy to me because they're the best team, or supposedly the best team in the NFC. How do they not get pressed? Maybe that's how they win. Don't talk about it, so we'll just stay over here and win. Trent Williams, Trent punched the you-know-what out of that dude. He hit Trent first, Jay Recruiter. Hey, what's up, 1980? Pretty Ricky is what they call him. Oh, I'm not sleeping on the 49ers. That's a whole nother thing. No, yo mama, no. Chiefs aren't playing good football. I'm sorry. I can't go there. The Chiefs aren't playing good football, and the Patrick Mahomes is not playing good football. It would be different if we saw a well-oiled machine from the Chiefs that's going and ran up the score and just beat down on the 49ers, and the 49ers were playing hard. No, that's not what we saw last night. We can't hook on our minds on to names and what people have done in the past. Right now, the Chiefs are not playing well. They're undefeated, but they've been in every game. Patrick Mahomes is one of the league leaders in interceptions. It's just not going, but the defense is playing lights out. Their defense is playing great over there. But San Francisco has been losing to teams they should not lose to. This is not normal what's going on in San Francisco. They do not have their regular running back. They do not have their wide receivers right now. They do not have a lot of pieces that they normally have. So they're not a normal football team. In the playoffs, they'll be ready. Once they get to the playoffs, if they get to the playoffs, they'll be ready. But we have an opportunity to get a team out of the way. Just for any chance we can take care of the NFC East, because I don't believe in anybody in the NFC East. Not one of those teams I believe in. I hate Kittle. Chiefs defense is carrying that team. Oh, see, you know who one of them is. No, the boys should not win. I'm not saying that at all. I said, and I will say it really clear one more time, if we go in that football game and not take advantage of all of our advantages, we're coming off a terrible loss. We're mad about that. I'm mad about that. You're mad about it. They need to be mad about that. We're coming off of a bye. So we have 14 days. We have 14 days to get prepared for this other team, to dissect what they have going on, to figure out what they're doing, to get a game plan together for that other team. That other team is the other team that always beats us in the playoffs. They're our Achilles heel, and we want to beat that team more than any other team in the NFC. Any other team we want to beat is the San Francisco 49ers. And number 4, they are not healthy. They're not healthy. They're not right. They're not winning. They're not playing winning football. They're a 2-4 football team. If they lose another football game, it might end their season. So if you have a team right there and you don't close shop on them, it will probably cause for a rant. It definitely will. But I'm not saying the boys should win. I'm saying if they don't take care of this opportunity, then they are less than what I thought they were. I'll say it like that. It ain't about Dak. Again, we can't dumb down the 2K ground. We can't dumb down these conversations to Dak. The offense is a 11-man thing. The defense, what you're saying is like Micah Parsons needs to make every tackle so the defense can win. One person on the defense can't do everything to make that defense work. One person on offense, I don't care. I started this whole thing about how they drum up the quarterback position. It's just for marketing purposes and for the television. That's the only reason. But a quarterback can't do anything without people around him. They have to. Football is the ultimate team sport. It is sold on a quarterback. It is sold on the quarterback. The Jets are dying right now because they believe that mess about a quarterback that can lead you A, B, and C if you don't have the right team together. It's about a team, and it's about the team's chemistry, and it's about everybody doing their job. And if everybody do their job, then plays work. It's not a quarterback going back and can magically make everybody do everything the way he wants it to be done and drive them to a Super Bowl. That's all narrative built to sell the game. But in reality, 11 guys. And right now, we need, like that last play, like the last play versus Pittsburgh. That wasn't Dak. That wasn't Dak on that last play that made everything happen. That was blocking. That was route running. That was a good throw by the quarterback. And that was a great catch. And that was a team win. It wasn't a quarterback. But if it wasn't Dak, they would. If that was Aaron Rodgers, then they would have put that on his legacy. Oh, he does this all the time. But it would not have happened if everybody on that offense didn't do their job at an A+ level. What's the gap between the best and worst coach in NFL? Who's the worst? The worst is down there, I think, in Carolina. They're just making bad decisions, so it's a big gap right now. This is the first time in years the 49ers look very beatable. We just feel like we can't beat them because we're the Cowboys and they're the Niners, and we hate our team right now, and our team frustrates us so much right now. We have all those emotions tied up in our team right now. But again, if you take yourself away from all those emotions that you have tied up in your Cowboys and just look at this season, this is an opportunity to put a nail in their coffin for this season. It might not close that coffin, but come on, man. A team got five losses. They're not gonna get a wild card like in the NFC East. We're not gonna get a wild card, man. Do you see the teams over there? Minnesota, Detroit, and all them. So they're going to be the wild card teams. And with us, true talk on our team, and yeah, it was plenty receivers and running backs in the draft that the Cowboys front office failed the draft. But right now, the team has to believe in themselves, though. 2K, you can't believe in their quarterback. I can't get with any of that narrative. I can't get with a grown man going into my defense, man. Oh, I believe in Aaron Rodgers so much. I can't get into that. That's not how I think. And I don't think that's how a successful person thinks. I think a successful person goes out there and gets done what they need to get done. I don't think they think another guy can carry them somebody, especially a man of those type dudes. No, that's narrative. That's part of the quarterback mystique that they build up so they can sell the quarterback position. To be honest, the running back position probably is more important than anything. Because if you can't run, who can win if you can't run? Where's the blueprint for that? Where's the history for that? If you look at the real with football, where is the history of somebody just winning everything without running? You don't have to have a big name running back. That's not what I'm saying. But you got to have numbers on that stat sheet for running. You got to somehow figure out how to get stats on that sheet for running if you're going to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I saw the Jets debacle because they followed the media. The media was just saying, man, this Jets team, when they had what's his name? I was sitting here talking about it the whole time when they made the thing for Aaron Rodgers. They was like, man, if the Jets had a quarterback they believe in. Same thing you're saying. The same thing that if the Jets had a quarterback they believe in, if the Jets had a quarterback, then all of a sudden the Jets go and gets the biggest name you can get, Aaron Rodgers, a name that you're really supposed to believe in. Do you believe in Aaron Rodgers? So I doubt those Jets players are like saying, "Oh man, I'm playing my hardest, but man, Aaron Rodgers is going to take us there." Aaron Rodgers, no, that's media. Worst coach Dennis Allen, best coach Andy Reid. 17 rushing yards. So what did Adams go to the Jets again for? To lose to the Steelers again? Didn't he just lose to the Steelers? Didn't the Steelers just beat the Raiders? Andrew Luck, and he quit because of Cal Cullen. Andrew Luck was a perfect quarterback. He was great. And he went to a team that never put the right things around him. Got him beat the you-know-what out of. And now his career went down as just, he was an average quarterback. No, he wasn't. He was great. He just never went to the right place. Seahawks proving what theory wrong? 2K grind. No, all up in these videos, the Cowboys don't have the personnel to compete with like Detroit. We saw that, and if San Francisco is at full strength, we don't have the talent to keep up with them. I don't even think we have the talent of like the Saints and the Falcons. Maybe not even the Buccaneers. You know what I'm saying? We definitely don't have the talent of the Eagles. Definitely don't have the talent of the Eagles. So yeah, we don't have the talent of a lot of those teams. What you saying? Seahawks are all pass. They have no run game. Man, Seahawks got nasty running backs. What are you saying? I don't understand. You got Kenneth Walker. You got what's his name from Stanford. You got real running backs over there. Minnesota's a juggernaut that has an average quarterback. Will Clinton. That's another thing. I think I said it the other day. The Cowboys in their current position, we're a what's the running back for Cleveland? Nick Chubb away from winning the division. If we get Nick Chubb tomorrow, who says we won't win the division? I'm not saying we'll beat Detroit. Definitely not saying we'll go to divisional round or anything like that because we need a defense on that side. But if we get Trevor Etienne, and I think there's a lot of running backs that are potentially available right now. If we get Alvin Kamara, I think we win the NFC East. Yeah, you can say, why would the Cowboys, public comment says, I'm going to be honest, why would the Cowboys have a killer instinct right now? The reason why the Cowboys ain't performing is because they don't need to perform great. Well, that will be the basis of my rant. If they lose to the San Francisco 49ers in a terrible way. That would be the reason of my rant. Because if you can't drum up some kind of emotion and killer instinct this week, I don't know what you are. And I'll never be able to believe in you. Never. You're weak. You know what I'm saying? Your mama says my point exactly, Shango. The 49ers have a lot on the line. I don't just think we're as good as even a struggling 49er team. I'm just being realistic. No, you know what, your mama, I understand the realistic, but I think that we get a little too emotional with our football team and think a little. We're overly critical of we're overly critical of our quarterback. We're overly critical of our team as well. There's some bad teams out there. I mean, there's some bad teams out there. You know, there's some teams that have done some dumb stuff. You know, the Cleveland's, the stuff that's been done in Cleveland, how dumb that was. The stuff that's been doing with the Jets, how the Jets are being run right now. There's just a whole bunch of bad football teams out there. And the Giants. And we're not one of them. We're just so upset that we've been hearing this middle and never got over there to the good boys. And we're so upset that we can't get over there to the good teams that we say we over there with the bad teams, but we really not. Because if you take a second and go look at those bad organizations, those bad teams, no, we are not the Panthers. We are not the Panthers. So I do think we can beat them. We can. I don't think we're still not as talented as they are at when they're banged up, but we can beat them. Michael Barish, did you see that move Gibbs did yesterday when he was running that touchdown? I was like, what? Can we just get a quarterback that can do that, please? I mean, running back that can do that, please. And that's an indication of how important the running game is. I don't care. They still have monsters in their backfield. 2K grind. Seahawks do. But then look at 2K grind. Look at the Detroit Lions. Everything is working because of the running game. It ain't about those numbers and all this kind of stuff. They get you in the run and they kill you with two different guys, two different type running backs. It is absolutely beautiful. And you are so worried about this guy running you over and giving you a headache for the rest of the night, or this guy running past you for a touchdown. You're so worried about those two guys that Jared Goff is like in the pocket like, perfection, because it's a team game and that run sets up everything. Jared Goff isn't back there in the pocket just ripping the defense, setting up his run game. That's not how football works. That's not. That's how they want you to believe it works, because they like selling the game. They like selling scoring. They like high scoring. They like excitement. They like all of that kind of stuff because it sells the game. It makes money. What you don't understand is this is an entertainment venture and then sports. They're here to entertain you and make your money first, and then it's sports. So they're going to stick to their talking points on quarterback is the most needed thing in the world. You can't win without one, so it's easy to say. If you got a bad quarterback, you can't win, so that's an easy talking point. But isn't the same without a running back? Dallas Cowboys aren't with a running back right now. How dangerous do we look? So you could say that about a running back too. It's just the way they sell a game. I know Goff only misses like 2 or 3 passes a game. It's ridiculous. He has so much time in the pocket. He has weapons around him everywhere, and they are literally rolling over the league. And Goff is average. I can easily say that. Goff is an average quarterback. Slightly above average. I would say slightly above average because of his draft status, his scouting, and all that kind of stuff. I will give him a little check for that. And the fact that he has been in the Super Bowl, played at an elite level with the Rams and all that kind of stuff. So I will give him above average. But he's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not even Josh Allen. Y'all know I don't really like Josh Allen. But he's not he's not on that level. And Jacob Goff actually missed it, but you don't have to worry about. Look, Goff can miss those wide open receivers because he's got them open on every play. If Dak misses a wide open receiver, that was our one wide open receiver for the game, and it ruined our game. That tells you everything about how we have to watch a football game. Everything has to be precise. Everything has to be perfect. If we miss an opportunity, that's it. Goff has a great Shango live preaching with coffee with cream edition. Goff also has a great play caller that I wish we could get next year. When they say it's a pass-happy league, I think it's BS because without running teams, they're not going to have a loaded box. They won't have to worry about being run on. Exactly, Chris Cantu. And another thing, like they just said it earlier today. They were just talking about it. They said Patrick Mahomes hadn't played great for years. Not just this year. He hadn't been a great quarterback for years. And this year, he's got what? 2 more interceptions than Dak. He has 8. I think Dak has 6. Dak has 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and he has how many touchdowns he scored last night and 8 interceptions. Maybe like 7 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So he has 2 more interceptions than Dak, and not playing well by anybody's standard. And guess who they say is leading the MVP votes right now? Patrick Mahomes. That's kind of what I'm talking about as how they sell the quarterback position. A player that is not playing well, that is admittedly not playing well by the entire media corps, that person is at number 1 for MVP of the league. Yeah, the Lions, it was a process. It was a process that we know nothing about. The Lions being built, and we sat here and we watched the Lions getting built. Boom, boom, boom. And the trade with the Rams was a big one. That trade with the Rams was a big one because I was like, with the Rams, I was like, I don't know if I would have done that, because I was like, and I don't know if I would have done that if I was the Rams. I was in my mind. I was like, the only thing different between Stafford and Goff was a stronger arm, in my opinion. They were very similar in every other aspect except that Stafford had a much stronger arm. But I don't know how much that affects in real life. Jerry's good at making sure you're not like those franchises, but keeping you from getting over that hump. Yep, that's our frustration, Alan. MT. He hit it perfectly. He said he's good at making sure we're not one of those big franchises, and also keeping us from, getting over the hump to be one of those top teams. One of the bad teams or a good team. Keeps us right here in the middle, and that leads to our frustration. Like, dude, can we either be bad and go get a top player like a Caleb or the quarterback in Washington? Can we do that? Or can we just finally get this thing together and go get some free agency and free agents like other teams do when they're serious and start winning? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's and look how Kareem Hunt looked last night. Michael Barrett says, we really let Kareem Hunt sit at home for a month. There's so many names that have been available, and we just not interested. We like our guys. Mahomes might be fading. I don't think he takes care of his body. Well, I do not want to take anything away from Patrick Mahomes because he has developed a style that wins. I've never thought of him as this super accurate. I thought of him as a gunslinging. He can put 40 points on you before you knew. You know what I'm saying? I thought of him as one of those type thing, but I didn't think of him as one of like a Troy Aikman that was super precise and this and that, all that kind of stuff. So I think he's just playing the way he knows that he has to play to win. If he tries to go outside of himself, he might not win. So we're seeing a winning Patrick Mahomes. We're seeing what a winning Patrick Mahomes looks like. And a winning Patrick Mahomes isn't a Patrick Mahomes that goes back there and throws the ball around all game. A winning Patrick Mahomes takes those chances during the game, yes. And if you fail at the end of the game, you do everything smart, like hold that ball. That's his number one thing he's doing. At the end of football games, if he doesn't have Travis Kelce or something perfect to throw the ball to, he's running for that first down. And I don't know why people don't know that. Oh no, and then he's not going out of bounds. You got to put your hands on him. I know you can't put your hands on him hard, but you got to put your hands on him. He's not going to step out of bounds. He's going to act like he stepped out of bounds and do some little things and this and that and this and that and run in some kind of weird fashion that keeps going, and you look like an idiot running past him. We've seen it over and over and over. That's his superpower. That is the superpower. If you want to know the superpower of Patrick Mahomes, is why they can't tackle him. That's his superpower. It just don't make any sense. So I think Patrick Mahomes is just being Patrick Mahomes, and we're seeing, what that guy is, and he's still a winner. He's nothing lesser. He's just not the guy that you have in your head because of what the media says. And that's how we'll end the show with Dalvin Cook. You know what? Wait a minute, hold on. It's not just that. I got to hit what Cal says. Cal Cullen says it's not just that, Shango. Dowdle had the biggest game against Pittsburgh, and the following weekends he had 2 carries against Detroit. It's bad coaching, bad decisions. Exactly, Cal. I was saying that every time I see these new running backs or running backs we could have had, especially the one we was just talking about, and Henry too. I was like, they wouldn't have got that in Dallas. They wouldn't have got that in Dallas. We wouldn't have used them right. I mean, it'd have been just like Saquon Barkley prior to last night when the Eagles actually ran them. What's up, Meat Mug? The Rams. What's up? He played exactly. That's a good analogy, Matt Chizzy. Patrick Mahomes is playing that. Like, you know that flag football quarterback that says that he should quarterback for the U.S. team because he knows more about flag football than Patrick Mahomes. And then when I saw his highlights, I was like, oh man, he does know more about football than Patrick Mahomes. Maybe he should quarterback. But now you say that, and his moves, yes, that is very flag footballish. It's just like redirecting you, stop, move, twist, jump and twist. And all that kind of stuff that kind of messes up the defense from thinking of where you want to go or whatever. So yeah, no, it's very flag football-ish. So maybe Patrick Mahomes should quarterback us for the goal. Yeah, I was talking to Rams. I was talking about how y'all beat the 49ers. That we shouldn't be. We should be scared of them because just they the 49ers and we the Cowboys and they own us. So we should be scared of them. But we have an opportunity, is my point. We have an opportunity to beat them right now. Who am I rooting? I'm glad that's a great way to end this thing. Who am I rooting for the World Series? I am here in Los Angeles, California. Well, northern Los Angeles County, not really Los Angeles. But I'm out here in Southern California. There's no blue prettier, and I'm including our blue. There's no prettier blue than that Dodger blue. However, the man the patriarch of my family, my dad's dad, my grandfather, the guy, the greatest man I've ever met in my life still to this day, the guy I named my son after, he carries my grandfather's name. He was the biggest Yankee fan to this day I've ever met in my life. And you never saw him without a Yankee hat on. Every picture that he's ever had, every time you see him, he's got a Yankee hat on. So for Warren OC, go Yankees. And the last time he was here on this earth, the last time this game was being played, he was here on this earth last time it was getting played. So this is for Warren OC. So I am all in on the Yankees, but don't tell anybody outside of my doors because there's a lot of Dodger fans out there. And even though that Dodger blue is pretty, I can't stand it. All right, guys, holla at you. Have a good day, and I will see